Hey guys. Well, it's raining out, so the lighting is pretty terrible. So all I might be able to do to start with is unbox these or unpackage them and then kind of add them to my palette and then maybe show you some swatches tomorrow where hopefully the lighting will be better. So these are a Gallo. I have a little palette already. This is the little palette I have. It has 14 colors. It came with 12 and I added 2 more. And then I decided, I can like smell it every time. It smells so good. I forget what they add to it. Local honey, rosemary essential oil. It smells really, really nice. So I got 6 more that will fit in the middle, and I'm gonna rearrange the colors to kind of make more sense. I have like this little binder or a binder that I use for all my swatches, and this is my A Gallo one because they already come with a hand-painted swatch, so I didn't need to swatch them myself. They're already all swatched on watercolor paper for me. And here I have a little Hobonichi pocket, sticker pocket, where I'm keeping these little things, which are from the 2 colors that I added that did not come with the palette. Medici Red, which was this color, I believe. Yes, this color. And then Azzurro, which was this color. So these 2 colors did not originally come with the palette, and I added them because I did want to have a warm red and like a brighter sort of truer blue. This is a very cool blue, and this is like a greenish blue. So these go here, and I'm gonna add these other ones here as well. And the reason I want to unpackage them is because I want to go ahead and use the little palette to paint something tonight while I'm watching TV, so that tomorrow I can add to the video and show you guys, you know, what it looks like using these watercolors. So I'll go ahead and unpackage them and then we'll see. So this is tourmaline, a natural stone, tourmaline genuine. So all of these swatches will go in that little pocket right there. These guys will they kind of slide out. Well, or not. Maybe they don't slide out, but they're glued down really, really hard, so you can't really peel it apart either. Oh, okay. And then I've been cutting them like this, and then I do peel this off now. This is really nice, thick, very, very thick watercolor paper. So, okay, we'll put that right there. And then what else was I gonna do on that side? The greens. I got 2 new greens, even though this already came with, I already have 2 greens. And then this is almost like a greenish blue. And I got 2 more greens. This is Victoria Green, PG51. Which is kind of a historical color, like it's not a very common paint. I've seen one other watercolor brand, a handmade watercolor brand also, that uses this one. Maybe I can peel this off. Okay. Oh, they're labeled. Tourmaline, Victoria Green. Okay, that's good. And look at how nicely they're poured. Look at how well they're poured. It's like a beautiful, beautiful job, especially for a handmade brand. And the good thing about this handmade brand is you can order from Jackson's instead of just from their website. And then we have the other green. This is a forest green, and it is a mix of 3 different pigments, but it's such a beautiful color. It starts out almost black and fades into a very sort of cool green. I love that color. It's like one of my favorite colors in my Kuretake Art Nouveau palette. There's a color that's very similar to this one. And trust me, it does smell good. I'm not one of those like people that smells all their new purchases like notebooks and all this stuff. I don't really have a very strong sense of smell, to be honest with you. You know, I'm fine with, because most things are stinky, so I'm like, okay, whatever. If I can't really smell things, that, you know, that's fine. When I had COVID, I lost my sense of smell for like 2 months, and I realized I didn't miss it at all. It was pretty sad, actually. I was like, if I never have to smell anything again, it's not such a bad thing. So these must smell pretty strong for me to be able to pick up on it. This is Pietra Rosa, which is 3 different colors, including Potter's Pink. So I got this instead of Potter's Pink because I already have Potter's Pink in other brands, whereas this is something new and different. I didn't want to get just repeats of stuff I already had. What would be the fun in that? I wanted to try new things. So this is their unique blend. Wow, these are really, really, really tight. Maybe they should sell whatever glue they're using. Maybe they should sell that. They'd make good money. Okay, so this is a warmer brown. This is Icelandic Red Earth, and it's a natural earth color, which is kind of cool. It's also just basically a single pigment. That's not even a pigment. It's just a natural earth color. Or is it a pigment? No, it just says natural earth. I like getting colors like that. That's really neat. Yeah, so I'm gonna set this up right now, and then tonight while I'm watching TV, I will painting with the little palette, and then I will show you guys, and then hopefully the colors will be coming out better. If the lighting is better tomorrow, the colors would come out better on camera. And it was my birthday recently, and I had gotten these for my birthday, so that's why I'm finally opening it. This is More Alone, which is PR 101. I don't know, the older you get, the less exciting I guess birthdays are. I'm another year older, another year wiser, although I like to think my wisdom grows exponentially with each year. That might be wishful thinking, but I think that's how I'm gonna add them to the chart, and I think this is actually going to be it. I mean, I have no more space in this palette, and I'm not getting a bigger palette of a Gallo because, I mean, the reason it's kind of small to begin with is because they are pretty pricey, as all handmade brands are. These are a really good quality paint, so it is worth it. But again, I think I'm gonna stick to just the small palette. It's cute, it's portable. It's really expensive though, so I don't think I would be taking it on vacation and risking losing it, but it is nice using on the couch since it doesn't take up a lot of space. And they provide you with this really nice color chart, which I had already rearranged and used washi tape to cover up because I added the colors, so they were already out of order. Now I'm gonna cover, I think, all of this up with washi tape, but leave this, the A Gallo brand, and then do the new swatch on the back. And then I will go ahead and laminate it with my fancy packing tape, and then I will have a laminated little swatch chart that will say Al Gallo on the back. I guess I'll take these off and cover all this up with washi tape. Okay, now I have this little stack. I wish I had all of them for like all the colors, not just the extras I bought, but it's fine. I don't know, do I like it sticking out like that? I might need another pocket because I guess I have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could do like 4 and 4. And then they won't be sticking out. Let's see if I do 4. That's better. Or you know what? I did buy those new pockets. Here are the new pockets. Put them all in sideways, but that won't. Yeah, I have no. I'm gonna need another little yellow pocket, I think. Because I don't want it sticking out so much. These will go in like a different pocket, I guess. Or maybe I should just glue them all down in the back. Oh no, wait, I like the information in the back, so I'm gonna... Anyways, okay. Well, let's glue these down. Kind of would be nice if I had all of these separately, and then I could just rearrange them like, you know, in the perfect order, but or if these weren't glued down I could rearrange them, but it's fine. I'll just eyeball it and do my best. That usually doesn't work out super well, but and these basically go in page protectors in the binder, so it's kind of stuck in there because it is already kind of full. Let's put these all, I think these are all already in order the way I put them in. This is basically a burnt sienna color. I used to think my favorite color was purple. All these years I thought my favorite color was purple since like high school. As I've been doing art I realized my favorite color must be green, because if you look at all the palettes where I was the one who picked the colors, or even like acrylics or other colors where I was the one who, it wasn't like a pre-made palette, but I selected the colors, they're very green heavy. And it wasn't even a conscious decision. So what must have happened is I would go on the website and pick the colors I liked the most when I had space to fill, and most of them ended up being green. So I would think if my favorite color was purple, I'd have a lot of purples, but I barely ever have any purples. Although this one has basically 2 purple, but that came here, so that doesn't count. I'm guessing my favorite color is green because that's the color I'm the most attracted to. Just look at how pretty these are. I'm gonna think about this and I'm gonna come back and show you what I decided, because I'm probably gonna mull over it for a while, because I'm gonna have to decide if I want the yellows and browns up top, or if I want the browns back towards the end. You know what? The browns might have to come first, because I don't really have, I just have a gray. I don't even have like black, that many blacks or neutrals. Really, this gray is my only neutral, so that can go at the end. So let's do gray, obviously yellow. Start with yellow, and we have 7 up top. All right, guys, I'm gonna think about it and come back, because this might take a while. I think I figured something out, so I'm gonna try this arrangement. So I'm just gonna click them in there, and then I'm gonna, maybe I'll swatch them and see how it looks all together before making it permanent. And then these will go in like this. And I'll use a glue strip, I think, to hold them down. Okay. There. These little snapping noises are so funny. Snap, snap, snap. Okay. Now I feel like I have a pretty full palette, even though it's not huge. It's got like a lot of color options. So I'm gonna just use a scrap piece of watercolor paper just to swatch them out and make sure I'm happy with the order they're in before I settle on it. And then there's nothing I want to change. I'm just gonna use this, you know, scrap piece of paper. Bray them down a little bit. Let's see. Even when you paint with them, they smell good. It's really nice. You can just, you know, if you really want to try these, you can get a small palette like I did. You don't need like a huge palette to be able to paint with, you know, obviously you can mix watercolors, so you don't need a really huge expensive palette if you really want to try these paints. These colors are absolutely gorgeous. So right now, all I'm doing is testing the color order and deciding if I'm happy with it. That is all I'm doing. And will I keep that? I don't know. That's a good question. A good question I just asked myself, but that's, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will cut this out and put it in the swatch book, actually. And like I said, hopefully I get better lighting either tomorrow or later today, and I can come back and show the swatches. These colors are really, really rich and bold. Really pretty. Okay, this is the blue. That's basically, it's a very greenish blue, like super on the cool side. Okay, this is the new historic color that I haven't tried. Oh, it's very pale. That's how historic colors are, or some of these pigments are. It's a very natural looking green though. Oh, and this paper is Canson watercolor paper, so it's not 100% cotton, and it's not the best quality, but like I said, I'm simply swatching them to make sure I'm happy with the order they're in. Yeah, I think it makes sense. Yellow into oranges into cooler reds. We'll see. Let's see. Ooh, this is the new forest green. See what I'm talking about? Here, let me move that up. Look at that. Gorgeous. Almost black in mass tone. This is the burnt sienna type looking color, but it's really called transparent red oxide. but I've been using it as a burnt sienna. Now we're entering all the neutrals. Maybe that green goes better up here next to this blue. Yeah, I might rearrange these based on the swatch, just to kind of make some. Oh, this is really granulating. I like this new brown I got. I think this is the natural earth pigment. Wow. Okay, now I know why I got this one. I think this is Moralone. Look at that brown. Oh yes, yes. It's like Caput Mortem from other brands, but they call it Moralone. But it's basically a Caput Mortem color, and I love Caput Mortem. But I didn't want to get Caput Mortem again because I have that in other brands. So again, I wanted something a little bit different. And this is Tourmaline. Oh, that's a pretty neutral gray. Look at that. That's so pretty. And it's a natural stone. Oh, look at how gorgeous this palette is. Oh my God. Yeah, so I might rearrange the greens. And these purples, I don't know, should they go together? Because this one I kind of put down as more of a neutral because it's a very grayish purple. So I might keep it down here just because. But these sort of more natural or like more brownish greens maybe should go down here. And then this green, yeah. That's, oh, now they're all wet. I'm gonna make a mess. You know what? I'm gonna wait until they dry and then I'm gonna rearrange them. I'll show you guys tomorrow. But when it's dry, I'm gonna put this up here because these are very close. This is a greenish blue and this is almost like a bluish green. So this will go up here and then this one looks like a pale version of that one. So I'm gonna put this here, move this one here. So this and this will be up here. And then this brownish green and this brownish green will be down here. I'll move this over here and this one over to the side. So these two will be down here. I hope that makes sense. And then all of these I feel like are on the right spot. Yes. This is so interesting. I'm gonna have to show you guys tomorrow when it's dry. There's like really huge granules in it. This is the natural earth pigment. It's got like chunks almost in it. It's really interesting. Ooh, okay. Very happy with my choices. This is beautiful. I can't wait to paint something with it tonight too. When it dries, I'm gonna rearrange it. I'm gonna paint something and I'm gonna come back tomorrow and show you guys the swatches up close and the new palette and the painting, okay? So stay tuned. I'll see you guys in 24 hours. Well, just a second for you. Bye. Okay, it's actually still the same day, but I have gone ahead and rearranged them and I'm gonna do the little swatch sheet. So I wanted to kind of record the swatching. I took the washi tape off, and then I'm gonna cover that up and then I'll show you guys tomorrow the final result. So I have some pencil guidelines here, but I'll erase those later on as well. I don't really need to pre-wet it. You guys can see it reactivates right away. And since I'm not labeling it, I'll tell you guys what these colors are. Azo Yellow Gold, Arancione, which is an orange. Then we have Medici Red. And then we have, that's a good question. Okay, this is Ruby Red. Ruby Red is basically an alizarin crimson, I think. Pietro Rosa, which is Potter's Pink with some fun extra goodies, is what I would call it. Potter's Pink with extra fun included. It's a really pretty muted sort of pink, and it's going to be granulating, obviously. Quinacridone Magenta. So I think at this point, the way I've set up this palette, it kind of has everything you could possibly need. I think I have the whole rainbow covered. This is a really pretty purple. This is Tyrian purple. And I like this one. Then we have aquamarine. And I did not glue the middle strip down because it's being held pretty well in place, as it is actually. Azuro, which I believe is a mix of ultramarine with phthalo blue, so you get a really nice intense blue for that. Indian Throne blue, a nice cool blue that's also very intense. Harbor blue, this is Harbor blue. Also a very intense dark blue, but leaning into the green. Forest green, I don't even have to look that up. I remember that I put that here because that goes really well from like an intense blue to an intense green, and this is the perfect in between. So that's beautiful right there, those three colors. That one's really pretty too. I'm not usually a biggest ultramarine fan, so this kind of mixture is just so pretty. What did I say again? It's Azuro, so it's one of their blends. So this is that historic pigment that's not super pigmented. This is Victoria Green. I think I still have, oh, I'm getting a little bit from the one next to it. I'll try not to. This one's very pale but granulating and very pretty also. We'll see how it does in mixtures. Fig green. This one is olive green deep. I like this green also. It's very, very neutral. It's kind of the kind of green you would mix for your greens. If you had poisonous sort of green that was too intense, you would, you know, add some red or orange and get that nice green right there. But it's already done for you. Okay, this one is transparent red oxide. So I did end up moving the neutrals and the browns down to the last row. I decided keep the reds and the pinks up here, and keep this one is also, that's that natural brown earth. It's pale, but it's also got a really interesting granulation to it. So it's interesting to have it. And it's good. These two browns are very different, so it's good to have like a different type of brown. And then we have the Moralone, which is basically a Caput Mortem. Nice and intense, beautiful. And then we have one of their prettiest blends is Naturno. They call it Naturno, which is like, I put it in the neutrals because it's kind of like a Payne's gray, but with a purple tinge as opposed to a blue tinge. So like a purple Payne's gray is their Naturno. So it's good for shadows and all that stuff. And then finally we have the Tourmaline, which is a natural stone pigment. And it's a nice, very mild, neutral sort of gray color. Beautiful as well. So that's my swatch. I'm going to, once it's dry, erase the lines, fix the other side, laminate it, and show you guys tomorrow what it looks like. In the meantime, I can show you this now that it's dry. Okay. So it's a pretty bright yellow. It's coming out a little bit darker on camera. It's a little bit more warm, like orange leaning. I don't know if that helps or not. This is more of an orange than a brown. But here's the granulation I was telling you guys about. Can you see that? It's really, it's like little, it's like specks in there. Oh, I can feel it. It feels like sandpaper. Yeah. This feels like sandpaper. I think there's like sand in there or something. I don't know if that's coming out. Can you guys see that? It's the most interesting sort of thing. So yeah, that's the swatches. This one's pale, but really pretty. And let's see. Yeah, so I think, what do you guys think of this order? I think they line up pretty well, from yellows into reds and pinks and purples, and then the greens go together really well into the neutrals, right? I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll be back tomorrow with the painting. I'll be back tomorrow with a painting and final look at the swatch. Okay, thanks. Hey guys, I'm back. It's the next day. I did a painting and I finished up the little palette. So let me show you. So this is how I finished it off, with some packing tape, and I did scrapbook paper to cover up the previous swatch. And the scrapbook paper I picked is printed only on one side, so it's a little bit thinner than some of that thicker scrapbook paper that you can get. Here's the front of it. I erased the pencil lines. What do you guys think of all these colors? I love how all three of these, actually, you can get a pretty dark, almost black line, a black color out of it almost. And then here's the back. I think it came out really cute. Here's the palette itself. And then here's the painting I did. Painted it last night. The lighting is terrible, but there's not much I can do about it. It's raining this morning and it's pretty cloudy out, and it's going to be like that the rest of the week. So this is as good as it gets. It's coming out a lot harsher on camera than it is in real life. Like, these colors look a lot darker. But so I've been painting these girls with watercolors lately, just kind of having fun with it, doing my faces, but also doing those loose florals that I like to do. And I'm really enjoying the combination, because I really did enjoy doing loose florals when I was doing them, because they're like just very freeing and you don't have to think, you just plop some watercolors down. But it didn't feel like enough, and I really like doing faces, so combining them together has been a lot of fun. So I wrote down that I did this one with a Gallo. The other ones I was doing were with Kuretake Gansai Tambi Art Nouveau set. Yeah, I've just been doing a whole bunch of them, but yeah. I'll do a flip through later down the road. And again, this is just the Canson watercolor paper. Here's the swatch from yesterday that we did together. Let me show it to you again. They were fun to paint with. Oh, yeah, I did pencil on top and just a little bit of highlights, like the white highlights. That's Posca marker. Some white highlights here, some white highlights here. That's Posca. And then I think I did a black pen here just to make it a little bit darker. And then some pencil on top, just in some areas for a little bit more texture and just quick and easy detail. The hair was done with the Moralone, which is basically Caput Mortem. And I like how you can get really dark lines out of it, but also soft ones as well. Like, when you first put Caput Mortem down, it looks so dark and so opaque, but then it dries to a much lighter, transparent sort of finish. So it's kind of interesting. What do you guys think of a Gallo? Do you guys have it? Do you guys want to get it? Do you guys want to try it? Getting a smaller palette, I think, is the way to go if you want to just give it a go. But if you're pretty sure you're going to like it and use it a lot, then I would say just invest in one of the bigger palettes. And waiting for a Jackson's watercolor sale is probably your best bet. Although a Gallo has some sales on their own website too sometimes. But if you're ordering from Jackson's, you can order some other things too. And then, you know, just kind of makes it more worthwhile to pay for ship or whatever the case may be. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this little palette setup sort of video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.